Hi guys and welcome to Monday International Gays. My name is Rich and this week is First Time Week. Okay, so if you've come here thinking that I'm going to tell you about my first time having sex, you're wrong. I am not going into that. Thank you very much, although others on this channel might. It's not something I'm going to do. So let's just dive straight into this, shall we? I forgot what it was already. God damn. First tweet. Arg. You know when you're so hungry, you aren't hungry? I'm there. Fail. Well, yeah, I'm pretty much always hungry. First YouTube video. Here you go.
Made me think, you know what? I actually need to make a video about this because it's borderline funny, but it's not funny.
I like to think I've improved just a smidge. First person you subscribed to on YouTube. I think it was Charles Trippy. First Facebook profile pic. God, I looked fabulous. Do you still talk to your first love? No. What was your first alcoholic drink? I don't know, my parents fed me alcohol from being a small child, so beer. I used to think it tasted gross, but now I really like the taste. What was your first job? My first job was a paperboy. What was your first car? My first car was my Toyota Aygo, which I still have now. Who was the first person to text you today? Nobody has texted me today. No, my mother. My mother is saying she's coming back from Spain. Who is the first person you thought of this morning? James, because he was snoring. Who was your first grade teacher? Miss Miller, and it was when I lived in Phoenix, Arizona, and she was amazing. Where did you go on your first ride on an airplane? I think we came to England, because I was like a baby, so I don't really remember doing it, because we used to fly everywhere all the time, because my dad was in the Air Force. Who was your first best friend, and do you still talk? My first best friend was a girl called Sammy, and yeah, we do still talk. We're still friends on Facebook. Where was your first sleepover? I don't even know. Like, I don't know. I got shipped around all over the place. I can't remember. What was the first thing you did this morning? I got up and made a coffee. What was the first concert you went to? I went to a Turtles concert with my parents. Hardcore. First broken bone? Haven't broken a bone yet. Touch wood. What was your first piercing? This was my first piercing before it became a huge hole. First foreign country you've been to? I don't really know what's a foreign country anymore, but I was born in Texas, so I guess technically England is the first foreign country I've been to. What's the first movie you remember seeing? The Land Before Time.
Dear sweet little foot, do you remember the way to the Great Valley?
I guess so. But why do I have to know you're gonna be with me?
I'll be with you, even if you can't see me.
When was your first detention? I have only ever had one detention in my entire life, and it was because I didn't get a good enough grade in my homework for statistics in year 10. It made me very angry. Who was your first roommate? I've never had a roommate. I've had housemates, but there were like lots of them. Never a roommate though. I guess James technically, if you want to consider him a roommate. If you had one wish, what would it be? The Pokemon were real. What was the first sport you were involved in? Pokemon. What is the first thing you do when you get home? Warcraft. When was your first kiss? When I was 15. And that's the end of the first time questions. What a shame. Now let's go on to questions of the week from all the other guys. So Andrew asked, what was the last thing that you bought? Alcohol. Chris asked, what's your favorite childhood song? White Bird, which I'm sure many of you haven't heard of. I'll put a link in the sub bar. And finally, Rule asked, do you vlog when people are around? Yes, I do. You get over the shame. It just vanishes after a while, and you just kind of embrace it. People are more curious to see what you're doing than anything else. My question this week is, if you could have absolutely any animal as a pet that you, in the entire world, what would you have and why? And with that, I'm out, but please remember to go subscribe. Go check out the other guys. Check out my vlog channel, there's a link here. I'm going to try and do another first time video, but I'm going to do a geekery first time video because Rolly Angasha tagged me in that, so I promised him I would do one. So go check that out. There'll be a link in the sub bar. Subscribe, check out my Tumblr, my Facebook, my Twitter, and my Instagram, which are all in the link below, sub bar below. And I'll talk to you guys later. Alright, bye!